Hi, my name is Todd Lamley, and welcome to CCIE Security Version 5 Technologies Firepower Threat Defense. In this section, we're going to install a virtual Cisco Firepower Management Center, an FMC. Let's go ahead and take a look. First thing we need to do is go out and get our software if we don't have it. The way to do that is go to software.cisco.com. And now I have it in my previous downloads, but what I'm going to do is just show you how to get it from browsing, because I can find this somewhat challenging sometimes. Security. Network security. Sorry, we want firewalls. Firewall management. Security, firewalls, firewall management. And then we see Firepower Management Center and then the virtual appliance. So if we had a hardware FMC, which is always the better way to go if you have unlimited money, and then the virtual appliance for the rest of us that don't have unlimited money. So I'm going to click on that. And when I started at SourceFire, we had, this was called Defense Center. And then it was called Firesite, then Firesite Management Center, and now it's called Firepower Management Center, FMC. But it's, for some reason, this is still called Firesite here. When you come out here, you're going to see newer codes here. They come out all the time. The latest major release is 6.2.3 that we're working with here. These two are patches. I'll go ahead and download this patch 6.2.3.2. But in this one right here, we're looking for major release, and we can do upgrades. I don't recommend them if you can install from scratch. That's always better. So I'll just click right here after being logged in. And then also download the latest patch. And so we can see I already downloaded those. Save us some time. So I'm going to come over here now. I have to unzip it. So I'm going to say extract here. This actually takes a couple minutes. Now, the other thing while that's extracting, this patch, I did not need to download this here. I could have waited, just installed the FMC, gone to System Updates, and installed and downloaded it there. But now that it's downloaded here, I can just import it into the FMC. Now that that's done, we'll find the new file here. And now I got to take this tar file and one more time, extract here. And I'll come up with, this only takes a second, I get 5 files. I'm only going to use 3 of those, the 2 VIs and the disk 1 for my vCenter. So I'll get rid of these XC files, just so there's no confusion. So there they are. That's done and done. I got my files, kind of the hardest part. So let's go now to my vCenter web client, and let's add another FMC. Can't have enough FMCs, guys. I'm going to install and say new deploy OVF template. And then I'm going to come in here and browse and find my files. And here's my 3 files, the 2 VIs and the disk 1. Hold my shift key and say open. Nice. And say next. And then we don't really need to do much with this. Just takes more time than anything. FMC 20 is what I'm going to do here and put it in my administrative folder here. And I can install the 19.2 that I need. And then which host I'm going to put it on. And it's going to go out and look and validate. Now yours might be faster. You know, I found some really great HP servers on eBay. Work great for me I wouldn't do them in production, but for this in labs and my classes, they work great for testing. If you guys have UCS, then that would have been a lot faster. So it's going to go out and find the minimum. Now we could change this before we start it. In other words, give it more memory, more CPU and so on. But I'm just going to use its minimum. So accept the license agreement and say none, and now choose my flash hard drive, and I'm going to use thin. This isn't a vCenter class, so you have to know the difference between thin and thick there. And then choose my management VLAN here, and then say next. Not a lot to this, and then they come up with this kind of not that great of a screen. You really don't have to change much on here. The IP address would be good. I want to put it in my management VLAN, which is 10.11.10 address, and he's going to be 195. Oops, dot a period here. There we go. Now I'll change the gateway. I really don't have to because I'm in the same VLAN, but I'm also do it. And I don't really need to set anything else. We can set the mask. Actually, is one other thing I do need to set. So I'm going to add that extra 255 in there. And I can set the password and so on, but I'm not going to do anything. So I'm going to say next and then finish. I'm going to look at it. Notice that the download size 2 gig size on disk, right? We can see some of the stuff in here. Make sure, really all I want to check is this, right? And I have the right mask. And since I'm in the same VLAN, I don't really need much else. This doesn't take very long, this part right here. Again, it depends on how great your host is. In this sense here, it's going to download, but when I power this on, which is going to take, for me, about 10 minutes before I can power this on, then it's going to take about a half hour to install. Now, we'll go through the installation in the next section. So what I'm going to do is we're going to go ahead and finish this section, let this install powered on, and when that's done, all we have to do is go into my host that's in the same VLAN, HTTPS to that IP address, and then we'll get the main configuration screen. It's going to be great. Then we'll go ahead and license it.